Welcome to your doom.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Like it wrote, and I was like
It's funny that your mom's giving you shit over just like being a child.
yeah, I was like
finding your way
I
in
was
the
like
world.
15. I was like, hell yeah, Beastie Boys. She's like, you're a wannabe. I was like,
Your mom's fucking cool, man.
God damn. That's like
Fucking nerd. Probably never had sex.
So why all the fuss? Cause I don't know what that's Pete. Yeah. You know we getting silly. Got a grandma. He's on a grandma Tilly.
Welcome to Not Essentials Podcast. That's there's no better start than that. This
there's
is
a
episode
lot better.
134.
Yeah.
Like I think we should.
Now
I
we
think
got
that
to-
should be the
you got to
start.
pay rights to
That should be the
Beastie
start.
Boys. Yeah.
I think it's so funny because I know his mother very well. She's one of the sweetest women in the world, and I just love that she was teasing an eighth
You
grader.
just hiked me.
Yeah, of course I did. Just teasing an eighth grader, just trying to be like, "Is this how you be cool?" And
Yeah.
she's just like, cool cigarette, leaning back in the doorway, laughing at you.
Yeah, she was like, "You're a wannabe." I was like, "Oh, god damn it!"
Yeah, no, I
I was
like.
like, "Cheese and rice."
Yeah, like it was like Beastie Boys. It was just the name. I
Yeah.
remember my mom was like, listen to the Beastie Boys. Like, you don't even know what that. The same reason you wouldn't let me go to the movie Snatch. Like, you don't know what it's about.
I know.
And that's not a good reason to not let me do something. Good news. We're still sponsored by our favorite comedy club here in
Hey.
Janesville, the Comedy Cabin.
Nathan.
Yeah. And if you get a chance, go to cabinlaughs.com. Like I just saw Michael Ian Black. I think the day before my birthday, Ben Bailey's going to be there.
Yeah, there you go.
The 6'6" cash cab driver
Yeah,
himself.
the monster.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't introduce ourselves.
Oh.
My name is Ad Rock Riley. Oh,
My name's
fucking Mike Dork. D.
oh yeah, Mike D, Jake, Mike D, Bussy.
Dude.
But-
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, I don't know, like, this is breaking news for everyone in the world. This is like super exciting, but I wanted to. Did you know that Taylor Swift is not a psyop?
Oh, she's not a psyop.
I think it's great that she's not a psyop. It's just fascinating.
Taylor Swift is not a psyop.
Lots of
Actually,
stuff in this world aren't psyops, but not a lot of news making sure that I know she's not a psyop. I just wanted everyone else to know that she's not a psyop.
I've got some Taylor Swift fun facts later. So
I do too, actually.
Actually, I'm excited to tell you, for longtime listeners, you're going to already know this story, but do you remember my worst Valentine's Day ever?
I do.
You do. All right. I'm excited to tell all
Well,
of you
let's
this.
recap because this should be coming out around Valentine's
I
Day.
know, yeah, there you go. So, and side note, I do want to say, if you're interested in the history of Valentine's Day, I always thought it was like this bullshit Hallmark holiday, right? Turns out it's not. So if you want to have Renee hold your hand and guide us through,
It's both.
it is fair enough.
Yeah,
okay.
like
Everything is yeah. But if you want to hear the history of Valentine's Day, you actually can go to episode 42A
Yeah.
and have Renee, crack an egg of knowledge on your head.
Yeah, and we're going to be having a couple more Renee episodes coming up soon to where our stars are going to align. She's going to be coming back and actually, like, bring worthwhile information to your ears.
Maybe if we
soon.
don't start at like 9:30 at night when she's already asleep.
Well,
Hi, Renee.
she's a functioning, intelligent person. What
Yeah.
do we expect from that?
Yeah, I'm just running on pre-workout and Dayquil right now. So with that being said, so I remember this is 1999. I was over in Japan, and so this is in a different, obviously, time zone. You know, your days are different even, right? And, you know, when you're over there, you're just...
Ooh, I can tie this into something.
Sure.
Keep going.
Okay, so when you're over there, you're just trying to not, I was on a deployment in the military, just trying not to, like, count the days, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, I was, like, 19 years old, and I was just like, you know what? Like, this is really unfair to my girlfriend, like... You know, like I just, I don't ever want to come back to Wisconsin. You know, I just want to do this.
You're gonna let her go.
You know, and I was like, one of those like she's a good person. I just need to let her go.
Let her
right?
be
This
free.
is what I want to do.
Let her
right?
fly.
And so I just called her up one day. You know, just any random day, and I was like, listen, like this. You know, like we shouldn't be together. Like this. I'm in Japan.
Yeah.
You know, like you're in Wisconsin, and she's crying. She's upset. You know, I'm like, it's. That's the breaks, baby. Yeah. And so she ends the conversation with well, happy fucking Valentine's Day, Adam. And
I do have a follow-up question with that.
that is.
Do you remember what time you called her?
I don't. It was at night because we.
Okay, because it might have been the 15th for you.
It was absolutely the 15th.
Okay,
It
yeah.
was absolutely. But I mean, it could have been.
Dumped her in the past.
You're living in the past, baby.
I am
the
over
future's
you.
now.
Yeah.
No, but anyway, so that's my absolute. And I'll be honest with you, like, and granted, I've had people give me feedback like, you probably wrecked her Valentine's Day forever. Like, her and I are good friends. Like, we still joke about it. Like, I usually will say.
But you're also 19.
Yeah, exactly.
You're-
That's just practice.
you're 19.
Those are practice girlfriends.
Do you know who else? Do you know who else is in love right now in Japan?
Tom Waits.
No,
He's big. I heard he's big in Japan.
No,
Charlie gets it.
right now
Okay.
in Japan there is a psyop not in love.
Big in Japan.
She's on her tour, right? And this is the thing. I remember seeing a video where a guy broke down. He's like, and I'm not a big proponent of the NFL being fixed, but he did mathematically break down that Taylor Swift did schedule a flight. So basically what's going to happen Saturday night, Taylor Swift's going to finish her concert at around 10 o'clock and supposedly take off on Sunday, the 12th, I believe, from Japan at midnight and land on Saturday, the 10th, in Las Vegas, just in time for the Super Bowl.
Oh, that makes sense.
But this was one of those things. He cast this shot. It was a video where basically he's like, "Guys, Kansas City's going to the Super Bowl. I can prove it because look at Taylor Swift's look at her flight pattern." And he mathematically broke down that she could totally end this concert here, get to the Super Bowl in Vegas here, get a night's sleep, and be ready to go. And everybody's like, "No!" And then
in Super Bowl, that's football, right?
that is the football. Actually, I got a lot on the football that you're gonna enjoy.
Super Bowl sounds like me late at night with a bowl of cereal. Yeah. So I'm gonna actually. Do you want me to go right into my Taylor Swift thing?
Hey, all right.
Hi.
Oh, yeah.
Tony,
off camera here. Walk in front of the camera so people can see you.
Sachet.
You just missed you missed the fact check. Adam looks stupid up here. I look great.
Seriously,
you look dumb.
You left me fucking hanging, dude.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, I'm gonna go right into my Taylor Swift thing here, right? Because she's not a psyop.
Listen, I don't know, Tony. You didn't get a chance to know, but Taylor Swift not a psyop. I'm tired of you saying it. Okay.
All right. So her lawyers, Taylor Swift's lawyers, have sent a 21-year-old student a cease and desist letter because he wanted to raise awareness on her carbon footprint. He was uploading on X, like her tracking her flights, right? So, and I'm going to quote the cease and desist. It says, the reason why he got the cease and desist is because it was causing direct and irreparable harm, as well as emotional and physical distress, and that unless he stops the stalking and harassing behavior, the artist would have no choice but to pursue any and all legal remedies.
Ooh, that sounds ominous.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, she was fucking going for blood if you, like, put her face on some titties. Remember
I wish
that?
she cared that much about the polar bear now dying from the sea ice she melted going back and forth for her dalliance.
Well, hold on a sec. So in 2022, a study was carried out to list the celebs with the worst private jet CO2 emissions.
Okay.
Guess who's number one?
Psyop.
Yeah. So anyway, despite not being on tour at the time, right? So it can't be like, well, it's on tour, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Despite not being on tour on time, Swift came out on top, amassing a whopping 22,923 minutes or 15.9 days in the air. Right?
That's a lot.
This resulted in CO2 emissions of, 8,293.54 tons, which is 1,184.8 times more than the average person's total annual emissions.
That's how much love weighs.
Yeah. So, okay, and honestly, I do want to say this. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't expect Taylor Swift to fucking ride in one of those, basically it's a bus seat on, like, Spirit Airlines.
Sure.
She
will in her videos,
jet
though.
mold plastic, right? But no, I don't expect her to ride on that, right? But there's no denying her excessive use of private jets when traveling, especially when she's not even on tour or missing her boyfriend, right?
Yeah, I guess.
And here's my best example of that. For example, Taylor Swift took a 13-minute flight to avoid a 40-minute car ride.
I think Kobe did that too.
And
that's why I didn't feel that bad. Sit in traffic with the rest of us.
Did he have an unexpected landing?
Yeah. I didn't feel bad when Icarus fell from the sky either. So.
Yeah, all right. So that joke went up in smoke.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So anyway,
but to be fair,
I just want to say this.
In Taylor's defense, she's not a psyop. Secondly, I will say, I'm sure Madonna could have faced the same criticism. She's the biggest pop star in the world.
Madonna's not a material girl. Wait, no, she is.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, she lives in
She
a
live in a
material
material
world
world,
where her
yeah.
carbon footprint
Yeah.
is very material.
Oh, no, I just want to say that 13-minute flight alone emitted 2 tons of CO2.
Yeah, and there's a polar bear drowning because of it. Like
Yeah.
this.
So anyway, so that's my T Swift.
It is the world we live in, but I will counter it with how much do you think all your Christmas packages took? All the stuff you had to like ship from Amazon, made in China, to where it's just like, she's not a psyop, guys.
Do you understand that I've never? I can't even think of the last time I bought a Christmas present. So
I bought a lot. I have a
Yeah,
lot of
there you
sea
go.
ice dead in my name for my kids. Small frittering happiness. The light leaves their eyes so fast now. It's not even really worth it.
I think when you buy a kid a Christmas present or any present at their birthday, and you realize you didn't even look at it, you just ripped it open and you grabbed the next one.
I'm gonna switch to that experience parent where it's like we're not gonna do we're done doing gifts. We're gonna kill sea ice ourselves. It's gonna melt because I'm up there.
Yeah.
And also Taylor Swift.
Enjoy your 13-minute plane ride.
Like technically, this is worth noting. When you travel that much on a plane, pilots and stuff by the end of their career, they're technically like 40 couple seconds younger. Because of relativity. So technically, she's 30 seconds younger than she should be because of her career and Mr. Einstein. So I just think it's interesting she's not a psyop.
Do you know what else is not a psyop?
Lots of stuff. They're not making sure I know that though.
Catfish.
Oh yeah.
You want to do a catfish? I've got 2.
Good, because I got one. So then we'll sprinkle them.
Why don't you let listeners, longtime listeners, want to
That's fine.
drive into a tree?
So years ago, I came across a website, and I didn't realize that the headline was "Where the Truth Doesn't Matter." And I came to this podcast with great stories of a tornado that picked up a family of 5 and carried it 300 miles and set it down gently, and a man that ate a mummy in New York City. So Adam made a fun game.
I need to find somebody actually eating a mummy just to make it true.
Yeah.
All right, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to read off 3 stories. One of them is true.
There was
the
that
other 2 are
baby that
false.
got lifted by the tornado in Kentucky
was
like a
amazing.
month ago, and it got put down, and then
Alive.
it still had to grow up in Kentucky. So I feel bad for it. It almost got out. So it's like,
Oh man,
it was a cruel joke.
That is
God was like,
that is a future meth lab
Yeah.
owner. All right, number 1. A woman is accused of trying to kill her husband after he was sent a postcard from a woman he dated 60 years ago. Number 2. Couple refuses to budge from
right.
comfiest spot on the couch leads to a broken fish tank. 2 missing sea snails are presumed dead. Number 3. A man's decision of permanently raised toilet seat placement leads to an ambulance call after his wife sits in still wet glue.
Can you read the second one again?
Couple refuses to budge from comfiest spot on the couch leads to a broken fish tank. 2 missing sea snails presumed dead.
That's my pick. I don't think it's not an insult. I don't think you're that creative. There's no way you made it up. So that's my going number
right.
2.
Audience? 3.
3. 2 and a 1.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So actually, I was a little nervous when writing this because this just happened in January, right? So a couple refused to budge from the comfy. I'm just kidding. So a Florida woman, Bertha Yalter, 71, was arrested for allegedly trying to kill her husband after he received a postcard from a woman he dated 60 years ago.
It was a new postcard, or she found old.
Yeah, she dated him 60 years ago, and she sent him a postcard. Like, hey, how's it going?
So it was a new contact, and,
Yeah.
and Big Bertha was like,
Big Bertha.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind, do that math really quick because it was 60 years ago. She's 71. She was 11 when they dated, right? Okay. I mean, the wife was, whatever.
Okay.
So the police found the husband in a fragile state with serious injuries, including bruises and bite marks.
Bertha wasn't fucking around.
Fuck
Holy
no.
shit.
The attack reportedly occurred after the husband received the postcard, causing Yalter to attempt to smother him with a pillow, according to police. Yalter, married to her husband for 52 years, allegedly admitted to the attack when interviewed by law enforcement, although her attorney denies the assault charges. She faces the charges of attempted murder, aggravated battery, and a tampering with a witness or victim. Meanwhile, the public defender assigned to the case argued that the attempted murder charge should be downgraded to domestic battery by way of strangulation charge, which I didn't know that you can just do that. It wasn't domestic battery. It was just
He
strangulation.
didn't almost die.
Yeah, hold on. I can't wait for the best part.
There's a best part?
The state attorney said, I think she also admitted to urinating on him.
Oh.
So I think if you look at the totality of the circumstances, this appears more of a domestic battery by strangulation.
Hold on, the peeing on him, nothing illegal about that. That's fine.
To pee or not to pee,
I like how they basically called him a pussy in this incident. And like honestly, I gotta be honest, this just sounds like an episode of Snapped. Like they're always that's what it is. Is like she does something terrible and they're like, this is what happened.
Yeah,
like,
could you imagine?
He dated someone when she was 11.
Yeah.
What a piece of shit.
They've been married for 52 years.
Yeah. It was probably like a letter that's like, hey, I wish it might have worked out, but
it probably was.
I'm on my way out of life.
Yeah, it probably wasn't even a wish you were here with a tropical thing. It was like whatever.
Maybe if it was like her sister or something.
I don't know.
Something wild like that. Okay, so that's
there you go. So good job, Tony.
That's
you live up the fact checker.
That's interesting. All right, we'll give you an option. Do you want to go? You want to go Swift?
I'm gonna pick the burp that you just did. Right.
Sorry,
here.
it's fine. I'm
dirtbag.
PBR. I'm drinking PBR. I was switching it up here. I should have went back to liquor. You want to go Elon Musk or you want to go
Is
Taylor
the B
Swift?
in PBR burp?
It is. It is.
Pretty burp repulsive.
Do you want
so I want to hear T Swift
You want to hear T Swift X?
because she's not a psyop.
I'm sick of everyone saying she's a psyop. She's not. She's not a psyop, guys. Actually, it's T Swift, but also like it's Super Bowl weekend. So I got a bunch of interesting Super Bowl facts. Real quick, just off the top of your head, what do you think the average Super Bowl ticket's going for?
3,000.
Times it by 4.
What?
You say 1,500
From a scalper or like
12 grand.
12 grand?
12 grand. Average ticket.
What?
12 grand. Average ticket of the Super Bowl.
That's unbelievable.
But I will say this is the thing. It's like what's different? Much larger audience is trying to be there. Normally it's just sports fans, just stuff like that. Basically, you have wealthy T Swift fans trying to be there too.
That's just unbelievable though, because to me it's like if I love Tool, right?
Yeah.
But if I saw like Tool's like tickets $200, I'm like, I'll watch a YouTube.
But
I'll put in a cassette.
Here's my gamble. This is my gamble. I need to find a bookie that'll take my gamble. I think they want to be there for the proposal. So here's my pick. And on DraftKings.com, actually DraftKings, I think we can plug this in and make this work. I think if you sign up, you get like $200 worth of free bets because that's how much money they take from everybody. But I want to like, you know what a prop bet is? I love the concept of a prop bet.
Was it done by Carrot Top?
Somewhat. So a prop bet, there's prop bets every year. You can basically bet like, hey, will the national anthem be longer than 2 minutes or shorter than 2 minutes?
That's really weird.
So
you can bet on anything?
Yeah, you can bet. There's lots of things to bet on. So with prop bets, so this would be my bet. My bet would be, and I want to call it here when it happens. It's
you heard it here, folks.
Chiefs win. Chiefs win. Proposes to her. She says no. That's how I would write it. And I was joking. Then Sting would come in on a zip line, but yeah,
take a mask off and it's still Sting.
That's what I think is going to happen. Honestly, I hope if the 49ers win, he proposes anyways, just to ruin it. Just to hey, they're getting the trophy, and then every camera's like, oh my God, Kelsey's proposing at the 50-yard line. But so there's money behind this. Like, and I want to be like, it's money, folks. Interest in the game is up 169% from last year. And the interest in the game's commercial, and this is wild to me, because you know that thing where like people watch for the commercials? Interest for the commercials is up 903%. For the first time ever, the Super Bowl might be 50% female viewership. This is what it's always been about. It's always been mutually beneficial money-wise, because I've had a Packer jersey. I have one Packer jersey for 15 years. I'm set. I don't give a fuck what it says on the back. It's green, it's gold, but women are better people. They accessorize, they look good, they want to buy jerseys. This is very beneficial for the NFL, and so it's all about money. And this is also bringing in new commercials.
Can I just tell you, like, I'm just thinking of Taylor Swift's next album because she always writes about her breakups. Yeah. Like, what word rhymes with like football? You know, like what position does
money right now? Like, all right. But so it's going to bring in new commercial advertisers as well. So amongst the usual mix, Budweiser, the Budweiser Clydesdale is going to make a return. The E-Trade babies, various snacks, and
Puppy Bowl.
Right. Oh yeah.
Bowl.
Also, I want to commend Budweiser for the 180. You realize this time last year you were sponsoring Dylan and catching. You know who you're sponsoring now? Shane Gillis. Like almost the exact opposite of Dylan. Like this is consumerism. This is the reflexiveness of capitalism.
But I think you could probably almost say that Shane Gillis is like trans down.
Trans Downs. You can say that. I can't say that. That's a bad thing to say. Taylor Swift's not a side.
No, I'm just saying. I'm making the joke because he always talks about how he looks like he's like.
Well, he's got great bits about it.
Yeah,
but
dude, Shane Gillis is like one of my all-time favorite comedians nowadays. Yeah, he's so funny.
Actually, I was gonna say like
By the way, Jake
I just
said
seen
that.
him. You said that.
Boy.
But I was gonna say for female consumers, what's interesting is now commercials. So Dove, ELF cosmetic company, and newcomer NYX professional makeup. Basically, this is how it. People are like, "How is this money for the NFL?" This is how it's money for the NFL.
NYX,
Now,
is it like Knicks or Nikes?
I'm
Or is it
guessing
just-
Nick's
they don't go- They
makeup.
don't say like, "Do you have the new NYX foundation?"
Yeah. So basically, now these commercials, what was the average here? I think it was like 12 million for like a 30-second ad, but the viewership should top 118 million on Sunday, which would cost just on an ad just under 6 cents per viewer for the first time since 2016, when a 30-second ad averaged and inflation adjusted 6.2 million. So basically, what's crazy about that is that sounds insane. That's still a bargain. Because, for example, I think it was like the Oscars averaged like 12 cents per viewer.
People watch the Oscars?
They don't. And that's the problem. That's why it's 12 cents per viewer. But, for example, the Super Bowl is actually a bargain for all these cosmetic companies and blah,
do
blah,
one
blah.
for the podcast?
Yeah, let's.
What's
you
our
know,
Patreon at? Like $8?
Yeah, we could basically do the Tyler Durden penis. It's just a nice big cock.
So in the industry, they call that a cigarette burn.
Yeah, but so to end this segment, I was gonna say, so the prop bet.
You didn't want to end it on the penis?
Well, no, the odds opened up at plus 140 for the yes. $100 bet will win $190, while a no began at minus 170. Better must 170 to win 100. However, Canadian bettors basically attack this because that's easy money, because it's probably not going to happen. Now a bet on yes would, if you would bet $100 on yes, if she proposed, would win you $920. Basically, because like the odds are reflexive to the amount of people pouring into bet. So either way, the NFL wins, Taylor Swift wins. It's been a success all around. She's not a psyop. She's like, I'm sorry, she's not a psyop, and she endorses Joe Biden. Whatever. Psyop.
All right. So speaking of marriage, I've never wanted to get married, right?
Me either.
Yeah, no. Even though when told of the benefits, like tax breaks and like insurance savings and obtaining even higher credit scores or whatever, right?
I love how nothing in there. Nothing in there about like companionship. You know, like always having a friend to talk to. Just like none of the tax benefits would look great to me.
Got a cat. So those things have never really compelled me into tying the knot. Right? Okay. But an Oklahoma state senator is making me rethink this. All right.
Okay.
He's introduced a bill that would criminalize creating, distributing, and watching pornography, and he even wants to make it illegal to do sexting unless you are not married or unless you're married.
I don't understand.
Okay, so I'll say it again.
Yeah.
So this is actually from listener A. Wrote in. Now, if you are not married, he wrote into this bill. If you are not married, he wants to make it illegal to do any sort of sexting. He also wants to criminalize creating, distributing, and watching pornography.
This is from the state that brought us the Trail of Tears.
So now, and I don't think he's like specified like sext.
Sure.
Like if it has to be to your wife, so you can still send like the homies like the nice
Who's
text.
sexting their wife? Who the fuck? What a fucking weirdo. If I sexted my wife, I'd get a divorce.
Like
she'd be like, "Oh, we're done."
Okay, seriously though, is there anything more awkward than a sext? Like, like I'm like I'd be like, yes, indeed, nice boobies. You know, like,
hit her with a thumbs up.
Thumbs up, LOL. JK, nice boobs.
Fire. Fucking jazz hands. Prayer.
Mine would all be the emoji of the guy going, "Ooh."
Yeah.
Just hands up. All right. So anyway, he said that the porn is defiling and corrosive, and I'm like, well, yeah, that's why we're watching it. And he only wants like wholesome entertainment out there, which is like, like he needs to remember that guys are still gonna jack off, right? Like, and honestly, it's like. Personally, I think it's scarier to think of the guy like just cranking off to like Andy Griffith show, or fucking Matlock.
Yeah. This guy's trying to stop a river, man.
The heat of the night. yeah. Oh, so anyway, but I just want to talk to you. So, I want to tell you the fines and the punishment that he wants to instill.
Okay.
Right. So the maximum fine is up to $25,000 for if you're caught creating, distributing, or watching pornography or sexting while you're not married, or up to 20 years in prison.
Stay out of Oklahoma.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is such an old-fashioned way of thinking.
Well, he's a pastor, you know.
Oh, okay. Well, all right.
But like,
yeah, the church is never anything sexual. Oh my god.
yeah,
It's just like,
yeah. Well, no, it's actually.
I thought we built an entire hell for this stuff.
Well,
Why
no,
do we
like
gotta-
the sect that he's a pastor for is actually like has massive like allegations of sexual abuse against it.
Of course it does.
You know, so it's like, what the fuck are we doing here, man? You know, like anyway. So I think that's pretty funny.
I think he's gonna be pretty successful. I think.
Just let your wife know that honestly, I think you should send her a sext. Like, sext right now. I want to hear how. No, she's already asleep, isn't she? I was gonna say I would love to hear how Jake's
It's her
wife
birthday
responds
tomorrow.
to his sext. I want to blow you
don't
and
even-
your candles.
I wouldn't even know how that would work.
Hey, if you don't want to blow out candles, I'll give you something else to
Actually,
blow.
well, how do you start?
Also, it's on fire, so
what
please do it.
I've been with someone forever. So, like, how do you start sexting? What's the opening line? Let's sext. Like, otherwise, the texts aren't going to make sense unless you're in the same spirit of it. Where it'd be like,
She's like, so anyway, Quinn needs to get picked up from school.
Yeah.
Like, you know what else needs to get picked up? You.
yeah.
Off my face as you're riding it. I don't know. Again, I told you I'm terrible at this.
How hot are you? I'd be like, pretty hot. I got the heating blanket.
Yeah,
on.
yeah, 98.6.
It's set at 5, which pretty nice.
Gets
the cat,
hot.
you always get 2-3 cats on you. If you turn the heating blanket.
3-dog
on.
night.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say I could go right into. I got a catfish too.
Yeah, please.
We
get
gotta
me out of
sprinkle
there,
this in.
fucking- you
Okay.
Sexting your wife.
Happy 40th.
Yeah.
I think
Happy birthday, Lindsay.
it's happening
So
right
it goes
now.
out to you.
Yeah. All right. So, catfish, as you know, it's number 1. Man hires private. I also wrote a theme. Adam does themes, so I try to do themes too. Okay. So number 1, man hires private sub to find his lost phone after river cruise. Number 2, teen racks up over $14,000 bill on mom's phone buying Dell's Ultimate PC Gamer package. Or number 3, woman arrested after texting a guy 159,000 times after their first date.
Okay, so I'm gonna let everyone else answer. But I already have what I think it is, but I want to.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you my inspiration.
2, 1, 3. Nice spread.
I'm going 3, but I know why you picked one. I know why you wrote one, because I remember a year or two ago, there was a guy that lost his phone in a pond and literally had the pond fucking drained and dredged. I think like it was in India or something like that.
Yep.
Do you remember that?
Yep.
Tony, and you still picked one?
Yep.
What's your fucking problem? Anyway, you're
If I-
embarrassing yourself, right?
Tendencies.
If I did that, I did it subconsciously because I didn't remember that.
Subconsciously.
But it's not number 1. You're right. It's not number
So
1.
I'm gonna go number 3 because
right.
trifling assholes.
Number 3. Okay. So the correct answer is Jacqueline Edez, 31, was arrested for stalking and sending a man 159,000 text messages after their first date in 2017. At Paradise Key Valley, which is a nice name for a city, police reported 4 instances of going to the man's home or workplace between July 2017
Dude,
and May 2018.
That's why you never put the whole thing in,
Right.
right?
I was thinking,
You don't put the whole thing.
all I have is the whole thing. That's all it is. Like it's like it's a 1 or a 0.
Actually,
it's in or it's out.
I saw a thing that said, I don't want to interrupt your story, but as I'm interrupting it, I heard a thing. It was like, if you want to get back at your man, just tell him like, oh, go deeper. What do you know he can't?
Yeah. Get shallower. I don't tell you. Eat a bigger dinner. I don't know. So
Eat a bigger dinner.
get a little backstop.
You should have gotten the loaded mashed potatoes.
Here's some cauliflower, so we get some cruciferous vegetables, build some gas pressure. I don't.
And just make her fart.
No, push it down. So, anyways, in April, the man was
get right up in your transverse colon.
Hey. In April, the man was out of the country and discovered through an online video camera her taking a bath in his house.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's too far.
So charged with a felony, trespassing,
Yeah,
stalking,
that's-
and threatening. I did the math in this because I'm like, that's a lot. So
that's like undie sniffing,
10
dirty,
months.
like
Yeah.
laundry undie sniffing shit, right?
So 10 months, that's 15,900 texts a month. That's 530 a day.
530 a day.
That's 22.
Did you break it down to the hour?
22 mph messages per hour. So like that's a 10-month swath of insanity. That's what do you think it said? You know what I mean? Just
but it was after one date.
one date.
Okay, can I be
He must
crass?
have had a nice house. This
Oh,
was
no,
like
okay,
this
Can
was,
I be crass?
Yeah.
Did he fuck her?
I didn't say on that.
Probably.
I'm gonna just if she's taking a bath, I imagine it was like full Pretty Woman. Just like
Not
he
single white
really
female.
he really swooned her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, well, I noticed you didn't have a rabbit, so I bought you one. Then I boiled it.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's
God.
I think he's
That's
out of
kinda
the country.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Honestly, you could drop a digit off of that, and it would still be a lot.
It
Right?
sounds like pure work. And here's the other thing. It's like that
What does she do
530
for
messages a day, that's just averaging not sleeping. That's a 1,000, I guess 22 messages per hour
That's
is
punching
40
the clock.
that's 44 messages per hour awake time. That's a lot.
You
That's
should
a
have
lot.
deducted 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so
I think I would be like stop. I would interject and be like stop. Pussy was trash. It's the reason you ain't getting called back, baby. You think 100,000 ignored messages? You think 54,000 more? I'm gonna be like, you won me over. You wore me down. I'm now a smooth river rock.
that's just terrifying.
All right, I can go into something that's not terrifying and actually is downright a pleasant surprise.
I can't believe it's 159,000.
That's a lot.
It's so many.
That's a lot. That's like,
Have you said that many in your life?
I don't have that many cents. It's like,
Oh my God.
no, actually, you add up all my texts from like my first phone. No fucking way. I'd be so disappointed in myself if I did. That's such an insane amount of text messages. I don't think it's going to work out for her. But into the good news, you probably saw February 2nd, Groundhog's Day. Punxsutawney Phil, early spring apparently.
Whoa. When's the last time you did that?
So I was going to go into that. It's not been a lot, but I will say it was 54 degrees today. In fact, Punxsutawney Phil has now predicted 6 more weeks of winter 107 times, and early spring only 21 times.
What's his and he's been right?
No.
Oh.
I mean
Like a fucking varmint.
It's a big squirrel.
Like a varmint.
But I'll buy into it. You know what I mean?
Meteorologists aren't even right most of the time.
there was a tornado tonight, like a few miles away, so I'm on board with it. I will say, as a person that's had a birthday in February, my wife's birthday is literally tomorrow. She pretends to love this month. This is the worst fucking month. It's the worst. It's like it's a shitty January. That's all February is. They knew to only give it 28 days. Like people are gonna kill themselves if there's 29 days. Like making a new month.
I mean, every 4 years is 29.
I know, and
days,
every
I was
4,
just saying.
yeah.
Black History Month.
But it's like the end of the month too is my birthday, and all I remember was like it was either it's still winter and everybody's bummed, or it was unseasonably muddy. That's all you're gonna get from a February birthday. But early spring is on the way, so I'm
All right.
happy about that.
Thanks, Punxsutawney Phil.
I appreciate it. Did you want to go into the Vince McMahon thing or talk
Why'd
about?
you say I appreciate it like you're Punxsutawney Phil? By the way,
That's not a lot of
Denada.
that's not a lot of early springs that he's given out. It also coincides with the
Actually,
El
no,
Nino year, so it's
I
that's all
don't
he's
have
doing.
I don't have. I'm gonna go off the cuff here with Vince McMahon.
We've talked enough about it. We got the
But
gist.
it's horrifying. But the way I understand it is that a female employee of his signed an NDA after being like, dude, fuck this, I'm out, right? Signed an NDA and then was supposed to be given $3 million.
Right.
After she was like, they topped her out at $1 million and was still waiting for the other two. She's like, you know what? I'm breaking the NDA.
Yeah,
right?
good.
So she is raising the charges against Vince McMahon. And I can't remember the exact stats of this, but I think that this is the first time a McMahon has not been, what is it? How many years?
It's at
decades.
40, over 40.
Yeah, in the WWE / WWF, right?
Sure.
But I'll tell you some of the more horrific facts to this, or at least alleged facts, is that basically Vince McMahon, and I think the girl's name was like Janelle something, but he was like pimping her out.
Yeah.
To different wrestlers, and like part of like sign on bonuses, like I ain't gonna fuck Janelle.
It's like Weinstein.
Is it big? Yeah. I should just point at Tony, and then he'll just do the fucking nature boy. Yeah. So, but like it to where it's like, I'll be honest with you, I immediately was like, well, let me see how hot this chick is. She's pretty good looking,
Sure.
but also it's just like it's horrific to think that like.
What was horrific?
You want me to hit right into it?
Yeah, let's.
Okay. So one of the biggest things that she's saying is that. And I'll just say it politely, she is alleging that Vince McMahon, in the midst of a threesome, defecated on her head.
Shit on her. So he shit on her, and this was, the only truly surprising thing was, when did this happen?
A couple years ago.
A couple years, not 20. Like, you're having a threesome with, what is he, 71?
Something like that.
Here's my theory. My theory, it happened, and he
accidentally.
It happened, and instead of being an incontinent old man, he claimed ownership. He's like, that's what sexual being I am. Like, it's
you like that, baby.
Yeah. He's also been a psycho since I was a child. I'm not surprised. This was the guy that signed off on Kane kicking the baby into the audience. Like, this is the normal storyline for the WWE.
I also like the fact, and is it weird that, like, because we're all desensitized to the poop stuff because of Amber Heard, right?
Yeah.
Or who else? With Amber Turd, right?
Yeah.
So, but I just want to say that the thing that's going to probably really get him too is that she said that I guess he had different sex toys, and if it was a black sex toy, he would call it. I wish I knew more wrestler names, but he would refer to that one as like after a famous African American wrestler. Booker T, I guess, whatever. And if it was a white sex toy, he would name it after like a white.
Stone Cold.
Yeah, there you go. Just a glass break.
Fucking cage match. I just like this is silly.
And he's just fucking her with these things, and it's like, I just getting shit on and just pimped out, and it's like eventually, and then getting shortchanged. Dude, WWE has so many fucking nerds that just dump money into that.
Yeah,
like how can you not just?
Wrestling's not fake. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there you go. There's your here's a movie recommendation. Ready to Rumble.
Yeah, it's great. That's a great movie.
Such a good movie.
It is a great. But I just like when you saw Vince McMahon and you heard this, you're like, that is not a surprise at all. That is less of a surprise than Harvey Weinstein. Of course he did this. Of course,
he seemed like a weirdo. Yeah. But what's the movie Iron Claw or whatever is coming out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't Brock Lesnar somewhat involved in this?
Brock Lesnar, I think he lost. Didn't he get kicked out of that shit because he was like one of the people?
Yeah, he was supposed to be on the cover of like a video game upcoming. They stripped him of that.
They yanked him because
Royal Rumble.
At Royal Rumble.
They kicked him out because he fucked that chick, I guess.
Yeah.
2 days before.
Yeah, so there you go. By the way, have you seen Brock Lesnar's daughter?
Yeah, it's Brock Lesnar.
Dude, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
It's like Brock Lesnar with a wig on.
That's a man.
Yeah.
It's pretty intense.
That's Brock. That's Brock. You can see the genes. The genes won that match.
Just broccoli, but it's Leigh.
Actually, can we go into something that like I know you covered, but like right off the tail end of Brock Lesnar, the steroid games.
Ooh, I've got a thing on that. You want me to hit it?
Yeah, I was gonna say I knew you kind of covered it.
Yeah,
so
go
into what.
Let's talk about steroids. Yeah. All right. So, well, I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
You've heard the phrase "it's like blank, but on steroids."
Yes.
Right. We've all heard that. A Silicon Valley billionaire named Peter Thiel is financially backing an event called the Enhanced Games. It is being described as Olympics on steroids and is scheduled to take place this December. Now, Thiel made his billions the old-fashioned way.
Dude, that hammer throw is going to be fucking awesome.
The way Thiel made his billions, like how we've all made money, by early investments in PayPal and Facebook.
Of course.
So Enhanced Games will allow athletes to openly use PEDs, which performance-enhancing drugs, and make it the first event of its kind. Now, obviously, all the and
I want the first
all
event.
All your sports fans, they all use it they just cycle off because they're told like when they're gonna, like, hey, by the way, like such and such time frame, you better be off that shit, So
That's what I want to interject in here real quick. It's like it's not the first of its kind. The MLB did it in the late '90s.
It's the first of its kind where they openly allow it.
We saw Mark McGuire.
I'm saying they're like celebrate it, right?
Yeah, sure.
They're like come do it. So which I like it. I'm super excited about it because now this event it plans to be annual, right? And instead of like every 4 years, it's an annual thing, and they're going to include track and field, swimming, weightlifting, gymnastics, and combat sports. This is just going to be just fucking monsters beating the shit out of each other. It's going to be amazing.
It's just small ball contest. It'd be fun.
You're all winners.
Yeah. Like none of us like testicles anyways. Get rid of them. Like,
dude, I can't remember that really big guy. He's super tattooed. He's a big bodybuilder, piercing blue eyes, jet black hair, but just he died a couple years ago. But I remember him hearing like this thing. He's like, people say you yeah, of course it makes your balls smaller, but that makes your dick look bigger. The girls are going after big dicks, not big balls.
That's like, true.
He's got a point.
Your giant thighs make your dick look smaller.
Yeah. So anyway, now for like the sciencey part, right? But they're also planning on gathering data from the human performance and anti-aging, right?
Okay, sure.
Based off of that. Now, Thiel, who's a proponent of anti-aging research, advocates for personal choice in enhancing one's performance. All the funding, by the way, which I really like this, all the funding will be private, right? So unlike the Olympics, which is like taxpayers' money, and funding the venues, they build these monstrosities, right? And it's used for 2 weeks. And then it's like that, I've seen the videos where like, yeah, this is the 1880 or 1986 Olympics, and it's just like overgrown shithole, right? But like, so this is privately funded, and this is like, I can't stress enough how much like, I'm like, who cares? Just let them do it if they want to do it, right? Now, enhanced games free-for-all doctrine, which I really appreciate as well, is that it will be giving those who didn't win the genetic lottery the chance to compete. Now, I am such an advocate for freedom of choice, and if it only affects you, like, then do whatever you want. You can pump your ass cheek with enough steroids to explode your melon-sized heart for all I care, right? But obviously, not everyone feels this way when it comes to this event. Like, for example, a former Olympic gold medalist, Anna Mears, who is just an overall fun sucker, right? She said, "It's a joke, to be honest, unfair, unsafe, and I just don't think it's the right way to go about a sport." What a fucking nerd, right? Like, I bet she's like really fun at parties. But like, but now when the creator was asked like why he's condoning this event, right?
Sure.
He said, my body, my choice. Your body, your choice. So,
so what it comes down to is like, there's
no
nothing
steroids, no opinion.
Nothing inherently illegal about this. This is simply
do whatever you want. And so like I kind of want to see it. I want to.
I want to see like the deadlift competition.
And here's the beauty of it is that like, capitalism will always win. If it doesn't make money, if you don't like it, don't watch it.
Sure.
And if it doesn't make money, they're not going to keep doing it.
No.
Right. So there you go.
And we can gamble on it.
Like,
I'm going to do a prop bet.
See if they're like, who dies of a heart attack first?
Actually,
no. Anyway, so there you go. So the enhanced games.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for it. I want to see it. I mean, it's got to be better than those guys slapping each other in the face.
Well, that I wish I could get more on board with that. Here, I would change one thing about that. Okay, because it's one of those like this is the era of concussions, and you can see the concussions in slow mo. So I would do the exact same format in the ring and everything, but this would be my change. It wouldn't be slaps; it'd be towel whips on the thigh.
I'm out.
Do you imagine the slow mo, dude? The slow mo on a towel whip, like cutting the flesh and kicking blood into a mist on a tie.
And I'm surgical with that shit too.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'll make you bleed.
There's no CTE from a scar on the thigh.
The brains, man.
Yeah. Just like it's one of those. And I would love to see a guy just quit from a towel whip. just walk out there. God damn it.
You got the beanbag, man.
We all played quarters. We all and that fucking dude could hit the same spot, and you just and you just like quit. So that would be my actually. So you said Peter Thiel, and you said he made his money on PayPal, right?
PayPal, and actually, if you want to see what he looks like, and maybe you can put this up for the YouTube viewers. But if you ever seen that picture before, what's our favorite African American's name?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Yeah.
So before you see, that picture of Elon Musk where he's got like this super receding hairline, but he's like 23 years old. He's like,
Yeah.
like that next to like PayPal logo, and there's a dude next to him. That's Peter.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I have an article about another guy that made money in PayPal.
Okay.
And basically what happened recently was
like that was before the hair transplants. That's what I'm
sure.
getting at, like
So his futuristic Neuralink company successfully put a chip in someone's brain.
Really?
Yeah,
In
already.
what country?
This country, I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the U.S. is along with that?
Yeah.
I thought that's like some Russian shit.
Well, it's one of those, like, I'm sure it was just an employee that's like, just fucking do it. Let's. So if you remember, last year they released a video where a monkey was playing Pong. And I thought this was really interesting.
I think we talked about that.
Yeah, so the monkey was playing Pong, and they put the chip in his head, and they measured the movements of his arms and stuff like that while he played. And then they activated the chip, they unplugged the controller. So the monkey still had the controller in his hand, and he was playing, but the controller wasn't plugged in, and it was connected, his motions from the brain. And so the goal is...
play Pitfall, though.
Right? Yeah.
Like, just like move up the the evolution of video games.
That's what's going to suck is when it does work, but you just don't have a controller. You just have to... like, it's just so stupid.
It.
So the goal is to achieve symbiosis between humans and artificial intelligence. That's the official logo of the company. It's worth noting Musk also had twins with Siobhan Zitez, a top Neuralink executive. Nice. So January 2024, first human has been implanted. This chip has 1,024 electrodes able to monitor the brain's activity and theoretically stimulate the brain. Looking at you, Biden. Just in time for the new election.
Come on, Jack.
The brain stimulate. He's going to come out juggling.
He's not falling over.
He's going to be like, I've always been able to do this. He's going to be riding 2 bikes on a fucking unicycle.
Then it just like camera pans over to like one guy just pantomiming it.
Yeah.
with the VR helmet on.
Just fucking Apple Vision Pro. He's like, I got it, Jack. The fucking Bidentronic's going to be alive and well.
Oh my god.
So what's interesting though, it's a wireless chip. So essentially it can like send it to computers.
Dude, hackers are going to fucking rickroll your ass.
Yeah. What is horrifying, if you go to their website, they have like a little video where they're just like, oh, it looks so... Elon was basically pitching it almost the same invasiveness as like LASIK eye surgery.
Okay.
Basically, it's an 8-foot tall robot that basically, and they should have used a better verb here, but just like a sewing machine. Whenever we see the video of a sewing machine working, we think, my head should be in that video. It's just womp, womp, womp. Just sews it into your brain. 8-foot tall robot. The real RoboCop 2 vibes. So it is going to work. That's the thing. Like, it is going to do...
I'll take the 2.0.
I'm just saying, what I am excited for is, like, all jokes aside, I do believe you're going to see people that can't walk from this.
I think that's amazing.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think you're going to see people that can't see, because the brain's capacity to...
It's just neurons.
But if you give a stimuli to the brain, neurons will find a way to utilize it.
It's almost like the concept of just neurons misfiring, kind of like if you don't have an arm, but you still get like the ghost pains or whatever.
Yeah,
like your brain still thinks there's an arm there.
Yeah, and if you map it on a different part of the body, if you map flexing muscles over here to move your fingers, your brain will rewire to feel like it won't feel like you're moving this muscle. It'll feel like you're moving these fingers.
Yeah.
The brain's amazing at rewiring, and they proved it with all these tests. And this is the thing, is like everybody likes to laugh at Musk, and he keeps getting these kind of wins. That's why we kind of keep championing him on this. And I can't wait to see it. I cannot wait to see people still bitch about a guy giving someone the ability to walk. Yeah. They'll find a way to fucking do it.
Yeah.
Biden will win again. Taylor Swift's not a psyop.
She's
a
psyop.
Not a psyop, guys. I'm tired of you all saying it.
No, I love that. Like, and you have, like, obviously this billionaire back in the enhanced games, which is, I think, fantastic. You have a billionaire, Elon Musk, like giving people the ability to walk.
They're working, like,
and then
building...
you have like Jeff Bezos, who is just like having structural bridges put down so his yacht can
you almost
sail
got
underneath, but you still bitch about him, but yet buy shit on Amazon every fucking day, giving him money to power that yacht.
You almost got it. The steroid game is working on one side of it. The neuron game is working on the other side of it. The head transplant game in Russia is working on the other side of it. Bezos is gonna get a Brazilian body. It's gonna.
Hell yeah.
Bezos' 120-year-old head is gonna have a 17-year-old Javier body. It's
He's
gonna
like,
happen.
no, a man's body. Redo it.
This is our future. Like he won't be able to get up until his Bluetooth connects. That's what's
he's
gonna.
like,
happen.
I just want to
He's
hear
like-
that 1,000-year clock ring. Remember he put that clock in
Oh
the
my
mountain?
God, his goal is to hear it chime. Oh, what a horrifying future. Oh my God.
You blew it up, you sons of bitches.
I hope he's like the Hulk and he can't die eventually. It's just him and cockroaches.
Dude, I just read that comic.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's so weird. Where like he was just like it was just him and Bruce Banner just like walking to barren earth
Yeah.
with that camera floating him.
Yeah.
All right.
Amazon.
You know what?
What a
Honestly,
commercial for the Super Bowl.
let's go right into AI.
Okay, sure.
You want to?
Yeah.
All right. So a few episodes back, we were talking about a girl who's that we know, a client of yours, whose boyfriend's grandma. I don't know if you can follow that, but anyway, so someone's gram got the scam. Remember that? From an AI deep fake pretending to be her grandson.
Oh yeah, okay.
You know,
yeah,
you did the big
Yeah.
face on her
Yep,
arm. You
yep,
did
yep.
that tattoo. So anyway, so it's happened again, except for replace grandma with an employee of an unnamed business in Hong Kong,
Okay.
and replace grandson with the company's CEO. And that company
So Kim.
lost $25 million
That's good.
from an AI deep fake.
That's good.
Okay.
How?
Now I have a few quotes here, and I want to warn you. They used in the article, like the police, they were using the word fraudsters a lot, and I don't know why, but that's just too adorable for what was happening. Like, you know, little fraudsters, little scamps,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
But now here's a quote: the fraudsters invited the informant to a video conference that would have many participants because the people in the video conference looked like the real people. The informant made 15 transactions as instructed to the 5 local bank accounts, which became a total of $25 million.
This person's gonna be killed. Like AI is good. It's not $25 million out the door good.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like Venmo is still like, did you check your 2 transactions to link your bank account? You know what I mean?
Now the police said they said, I believe the fraudsters downloaded videos in advance, then used AI to add deep fake voices to the video conference. Now, obviously this person was like, all right, I did it, and then like asked her superior, and the superior's like, what?
Oh,
He
this
said,
guy
"What?"
was sitting in a video conference with Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, both being like, "The steroid games are gonna work."
Enhanced
It's just
games,
like, it's
enhanced
gonna be-
games.
Peter
Monkeys-
Thiel comes in like,
monkeys walk. So anyway, but no, like I think we're going to see more and more like new
Oh, yeah.
regulations.
Yeah.
Like and obviously we were just talking about like with Taylor Swift, who's not a psyop.
she's not
How
a psyop.
how she's going after people that are making AI porn about her.
Yeah.
But like the UK actually, they recently outlined an online safety bill making an amendment to their 2022 bill
Yeah.
to make it a non-consensual deep fake, making that illegal. Like if you're going to do like porn with it.
I'm actually on board with that. To where
Yeah,
it's
of
like you
course.
can't take someone's likeness and make it say things. Yeah, that's
So
a dangerous
until-
tool.
Until that is illegal in the States, like listeners, one listener at least, please put Jake's face like
Do it.
in some pornographic thing.
Happy birthday, honey.
I'm begging you.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, his dick is way veinier and not that big.
Yeah. She's gonna be 6 years old, getting a video. You know?
Just stabbing you 52 years later after
Yeah.
your marriage.
So it's one of those like, I'm pretty much out. You got you got catfish left? And
I got one catfish, and I just want to talk about this for a second.
Go.
Women have a larger colon.
Yeah, this just in.
Wait, no. A longer colon? Tony just told us women have a longer colon than men?
Yeah.
And that's why most men in ERs getting extractions.
You're getting the short end of the stick. What a worse form of larger.
Oh
Longer?
my God.
That's not nice.
But you're going to sit there and tell me that the patriarchy exists?
Yeah. What a mean asshole.
That's bullshit. Oh my gosh, 70 cents on the dollar doesn't sound so bad now. All right, so anyway,
It's not a psyop.
It's not a psyop. So when I first saw this article I'm about to talk about a few days ago, that this woman was just not allowed to drop her kids off at school.
Okay.
Okay, and but then I want to talk about it, so I was like looking it up today, and I'm like, oop, turns out she's not only banned from dropping her kids off, but also her kids have been expelled from school now. The reason being is because on the back of her vehicle is a giant decal advertising her OnlyFans. And she's dropping her kids off at the Christian school they're enrolled in. And it got
Someone's got to pay tuition.
Yeah, for real. They're
Like-
so expensive.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I guess and I kind of get it. Like, I mean, I guess have whatever stickers on your car, but it's like, why are you giving your child a fast pass to getting bullied? Like, hey, I saw your mother's extra large rectum or colon.
Long.
Right? Long colon.
Or long
colon.
Or
yeah.
long gun.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but but that is.
The boy named Sue. You know,
He just becomes so super tough.
Yeah.
Right. But no, I feel like that's kind of more kind of probably gonna breed a school shooter.
I feel like they should also kick out the coexist one then. With all those different religions.
I don't know.
We're getting picky at the
I
Christian
kind
school.
of think my friend's mom, my friend's looking at my mother's cervix is much worse.
You got to pay for it though. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
I don't know.
here's the
Sometimes
thing.
that shit
Here's the
is-
thing. Principle. Like
I mean, I don't know. I know that there's Reddit pages where people here's a screenshot of this chick shit.
it would be funny to do an OnlyFans page, but do a non-pornographic one, and then do that
Well, I
at
told
the
you.
school to be like, what? Just fans, just ceiling fans.
I told you, I
box
really,
fans.
really want the Non-Essentials podcast to have a free OnlyFans, but it's just us, scantily clad but posing with ceiling fans. I would love it.
I get a bumper sticker on the back of my car, drop my kids off at a Catholic school.
Yeah, it's just Non-Essentials podcast
Yeah.
OnlyFans. Lonely fans. All right, so anyway, but I guess all I'm saying is that while I think that she should be able to do whatever she wants, right? If that's how she's making her money, that's how you're making money. But it's if you're a parent, you probably, I don't know.
It's not my kids, man. I'm good with it.
Yeah,
and
but
I'm oddly open to this, to where it's just it's a weird economy.
You're open to it, but
What's better? She's home at night, or she's working a fucking third job at Chrysler. You know what I mean? The
guess.
kids fucking getting into nefarious. I get it's a sexual difficult thing, but just talk to him about it. Be like, hey man, fucking pay the bills. Don't touch my ring light. I don't think it's expellable. Even though she's.
Well, I mean, it's a Christian school, so they have probably some
Fine.
stipulations.
So, are we gonna kick every teacher out that looks at pornography there? Because
don't let the Oklahoma senator find out.
because honestly, if you want someone teaching your kids that doesn't watch pornography, you're gonna have a pedophile teaching your kid. You're gonna have a weirdo, not detached,
Jack
detached
it
from
off to
reality.
Matlock.
That's this is one of those masturbators
Seinfeld.
can't be choosers
Whoa.
on this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just I would
right.
stand with solidarity. I'd put a big OnlyFans on my car and old captain, my captain, drop my kids off
Fair enough.
with her. I guess it's one of those
We'll put an OnlyFans sticker on the back of Jake's car and then see how he
Dude,
feels about it.
I'm just she's making money, and honestly, it's just a 2-year window before the AI takes over. Anyways, she's not going to be there forever. Let her get her cash while her long colon can produce. I don't know.
All right. So, you guys ready for my next catfish and final catfish?
Oh, I was gonna say real quick before we do that, I wanted to say who died this week? Who'd we lose? Rocky IV. Drago got
shit.
him.
Yeah. Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers.
Yeah. You son of a bitch, Dylan.
It's one of those who didn't love Happy Gilmore? Ivan Drago finally KO'd him into the sky.
Yeah, you know what? I think that probably some of my favorite ideas or memories or whatever of Carl Weathers is how in things like Arrested Development and all he was just having fun with it. He was making fun of himself.
Yeah.
I love that ability to do so.
He seemed jolly, and I cannot maybe if I'll YouTube, it's don't worry about me, got my hand back, just with the alligator. Just,
yeah.
It's a meme ready to go.
Yeah, no, I mean he just seemed like a really good dude.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right.
Now I'm ready for you.
Final
Let's
catfish.
end it.
All
Let's
right.
end it. Yeah.
All right, listeners, you ready? Pigeon accused of spying for China freed in India after 8-month detention. Number 2, for the first time in Saskatchewan County history, mayor does not pardon death sentence for Tom Turkey on Thanksgiving. Number 3, judge denies district attorney's motion to allow parrot to serve as witness to owner's burglary trial.
That one. Not because I think that's real, but like I hope that one's real.
Number 3,
I hope it's a parrot. That's no, stop, don't.
hit your crowbar.
I'm still alive.
All right.
Why? 3. And that's just purely a hope. That's my guess.
I'll read them again.
Yeah.
Number 1, pigeon accused of spying for China freed in India after 8-month detention.
I do like that one though.
Number 2, for the first time in Saskatchewan County history, mayor does not pardon death sentence for Tom Turkey on Thanksgiving. Number 3, judge denies district attorney's motion to allow parrot to serve as a witness to owner's burglary trial.
Can I guess your theme? Is your theme murder because it's 3 birds?
Well, it is now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was thinking birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
All right, so, but yeah, they're all bird-brained.
Sure. So I'm going number 3 just because like I love it.
All right.
It borderline needs to be a movie.
All right. This also happened in February. I was nervous you guys are going to see it already. I can't.
Yeah.
It must be hot off the presses here. So a pigeon held for 8 months on suspicion of spying for China was being released after Indian authorities determined it was no longer an avian agent of espionage.
He was part of a coup.
God damn it! All right. Takes 2. He's part of a coup, guys. Am I right? All right, so, but a disoriented, it was not an avian agent of espionage, which is just, that's amazing. So, but a disoriented.
From Russia with love.
But a disorientated Taiwanese racing bird that had lost its way. Police found the pigeon with 2 metal rings tied to its leg and what looked like Chinese writing on the underwing of each wing. For 8 months, the alleged secret agent was held in custody, which confirmed the local media reports about which was confirmed by local media reports about the pigeon and its origin. The Mumbai police said that after a deep and proper inquiry and investigations, they did not find any suspicious material or fact associated with the pigeon. The animal rights nonprofit PETA helped secure the bird's release. And they said, like all birds, pigeons should be freed to soar in the skies and forage for food and raise their young as a couple. Now, experts say that the bird probably was lost during a race off the coast of Taiwan and may have hitched a ride on the boat to make the roughly 3,000-mile journey.
So he's a jailbird.
He flew the coop. Yeah, that's funny.
I still want the parrot to be real. As fun as that is, that's a real like.
Dave's not here, man.
That's a real unbroken story for a bird.
Oh man,
That's a good one though.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's that joke? The duck walks into a bar or whatever, picks up the tabs, says, "Put on my bill."
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, whatever. Hey, do you remember
in
why
my version of this movie, like he'd escape and then like, all right, and he'd fly back to the lady from Home Alone 2, who was his liaison.
And then she pulls out the antenna, and messages China.
Yeah. Take her hat off and it's like a ticker. The bird's like, we've lost the war.
Oh my God! All right, well that's been it. That's episode 134, guys.
So this episode, weirdly enough, Taylor Swift's favorite number is 13 because she's not a psyop. She's just not a psyop,
Wait,
guys.
what's that Kelsey guy's number?
37?
37. Okay.
87. Okay. Which, with a bunch of math, you can get it to 13. I don't know how, but it's not a psyop. So.
Well, thank you very much. My name's Adam Riley.
Jake Homing Bussy. Remember, it's not a psyop. Say it.
Later, boners. Not a psyop.
She's not a psyop. Okay, bye. I want to get struck with a missile.
Is she a psyop?
She's not a science.
It's an elaborate conspiracy theory by the NFL owners.
Yeah. Like,
We need to generate more income.
You know why you can't hear
that's
the
not
psyop?
science at all. That's a fucking business plan.
You know why you can't hear the psyop in the bathroom? Because the P is silent.
Yeah.
An updated pterodactyl joke.
Let's turn these motherfucking power down. So, Doc, what's the condition? I'm a man now.
That's on a mission.
Doc, you better listen. Suck in your ass. It's an electrician.
Like the
Scientist.
scientist.
When I'm applying this. No idea.
That's the Beastie Boys.
The Yeasty Boys.
I wasn't allowed to listen to them just by the name. Like, my mom was intimidated by the name Beastie Boys. It sounded like
Dude, I have a funny
something
story.
illicit.
Mark of the Beast.
Yeah.
I fucking like. My mom like called me a wannabe because I wrote like I think I wrote Ad Rock, like MCA, and you know what I mean, like and Mike D.